Yo, people. It's that time again. You know what to do. I can't lie. It's better than me. You know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Stop right here. Share it with 3 friends. I always say it, but hey, I have to say it again. It's me. It's you. It's the both of us. It's you too. Yeah, today I thought since I actually want to take my channel into the direction of life with me and what I do, I've been talking a bit about poetry, music lately. So I thought, why not, just talk about that, because that's what I do, So I actually wanted to just share my experience and my journey so far with you guys. Okay, so you guys know I finished uni. If you don't, stop by there, go watch a couple of videos, catch up. But yeah, you guys know that I finished uni. It was a decent experience in total. But now we're actually doing something that I like, so here we are. And yeah, I just wanted to, let you guys know a little bit about how I got into it, how it's gone so far, some things I've enjoyed, some things I've learned, some weaknesses, all of that. So yeah, man, get right into it, get some popcorn, and yeah, we gonna chat. Imagine, so I've got a couple questions here, or points here, but imagine, look at my phone, you dropping here, nice rainbow phone. Look at that. Deep, innit? But yeah, yeah. So first question, how did I get into poetry / music? Okay, so I always keep on referring back to this video, but I think it's because this video is like the pinnacle of a lot of my story on how spoken word started. So if my very first video on this channel, I'm gonna pin it either here or here. But yeah, just make sure you go watch that. But just to recap shortly, I was going through a really tough time, and felt like I was going insane. See, I want to laugh, but it's not even funny. So basically, what must have happened was, I was going through depression. I didn't know at this point, but I just knew like I've had too many highs, too many lows, too many mood swings, and like there was a constant period on my part of my life where I'm just like though I was living every day, it just didn't feel like man was living. It felt like my head was grinding against the wall. Like I couldn't, I can't explain it. But up until the point where I actually almost ran away. Cool, so I did 10 A-level exams one year because I had to resit some. Now, I must have been in the library trying to revise for the exams. I was watching myself in the library window though for like about half an hour. Boom, nothing was going in. Put my bag on my back, left through the door, and I actually almost started sprinting through the pitch. But I was able to call my bro, spoke to him, and that calmed me down. Managed to get home, listening to gospel music, all of that, and then I managed to pray. So usually where I record, that's where I was praying in, so that place is special to me. But yeah, I managed to pray, and my prayer was rhyming. And this wasn't the first time it happened, but I thought I was messing around. I was thinking, why are you doing this? But this day I decided to I'm not even gonna try to formulate my prayer like religiously or whatever. Just say how I feel from my heart, because I like David from the Bible, and he showed me that was okay to do it. Like, just be real, man. So I was just like, to God, bam. I must have just was praying, and my prayer started rhyming. So that's when I realized, maybe I'm not messing around here. So I got my phone and I started writing my prayer, and bam. So that's how poetry started for me. I have not looked back because I was a really close person. And so expressing emotions, it's and I see as people, not even just guys, mainly guys, but as people nowadays, we don't really do that enough. So that's I had a lot to say and a lot to think about. So when I started with poetry, it was just like, yo, I was getting out a lot that had been like bottled up for so long. And I'm still slightly the type to bottle things, but it's helping me know how to articulate myself, and at least like I know my notepad can never, you know, judge me, if that makes sense. Or like I feel like once I've articulated it on paper on my notepad, it's like I know how I feel and I know how to, you know, deal with this situation. So yeah, that's how I started with poetry. I remember actually it was around about August, September 2016. I posted one of my first videos on Twitter. Mummy moved me out of the hood when I was a youth. Now I don't blame her. But everywhere I go, typical stereotypes of black guys wearing hoods, just letting them hang over their heads, is deemed the same as black guys hanging onto the hoods in their heart even until their last breath. And I kept on doing that, and I was so scared. I was thinking like, yo, because do you know what, yeah, with poetry, it's one of them ones where it's like, for me, I didn't plan to do poetry. I didn't like sit down and I wasn't listening to poetry. I can't lie, I didn't think poetry was cool like back in the day. It's never like, those are the superstars, you know what I mean? So like jumping into it, I felt like, how do I tell the world I do poetry? 1, 2, how I'm talking about serious things here. 3, it's like I actually do this. And whenever you start something new or whatever, whether you loved it before or not, it's like to now like break the ice, or to now like push the barriers and break beyond the restrictions and really come out your comfort zone. It's really scary, innit? So that's how it started. Went to uni, performed in some fellowships, then performed other places outside, met a lot of poets along the way, the journey, and it's been amazing. Now been able to like swerve into parallel lanes and just work in different sides of the music and the arts. Yeah, so it's been amazing. What field did I start off with? So yeah, poetry. And that there's that question, because boom boom boom, like when I met one of my boys in uni, he's a rapper, right? Shout out Austin, always. But yeah, he raps, and I was just thinking, this guy's so sick, he just freestyle like from the top of his head. And I'm telling you, half these artists that are out here, like, I don't want to put him in trouble, but half these artists that are out here, like, he will spin their minds, do you know what I mean? So, like, I was thinking, who's this guy? Man will be freestyling straight for like 7 minutes, and what he's saying flows, it's making sense, and like, it's just like, yo, who's this guy? So being around him, it's like iron sharpens iron. So being around him helped me like get that lyricism and that like fast-paced type, like kind of tempo and rhyming scheme whenever I'm doing what I'm doing. And yeah, so that's what also helped me dive into that side. And I love a lot of music as well. So listening to a lot of rap, listening to a lot of artists, it's just like, yeah. It's been tough because like, I started writing like 4 years ago, 2016. Yeah, so just before I went into uni, and it's cool because it's like when uni's been so long, but how it feels like I started this like 2 years ago, and I look back and see it's been 4 years. I'm like, oh god, like that's crazy. That's actually crazy. You know what I mean? So it's been fun. It's been nice. I've been like loads of places to perform, to minister in church, outside of church. I don't think I could say a favourite place, but I can highlight a few favourite places, like a few favourite performances I've done. I was able to share poetry in Essex once, and as in the actual, like, other than the uni, like the actual area. And it's crazy because like where I live, it's not really much venue, so like being able to share it like in a church, it's still kind of nice because it's like I'm always going London or somewhere else, do you know what I mean? So that was one. I would say my very first one because I met a poet. He's so great, Emmanuel Speaks. I met him at uni, and he was just like literally just giving me advice on how to go about it and whatnot, and so it was sick. So going about my first performance, it was nice as well. I'm sure you guys. I'll put it on my channel. You guys will see that soon. I was mad nervous, but some of my friends came down from my uni and like one from a different uni just to come watch me. So yeah, like I've been Coventry. Why did I say like that? Coventry. I've been Birmingham. Yo, Birmingham one was sick. I've been Birmingham. That was sick. There was one I did like last year summer in like near Shoreditch. I think that was nice as well. I liked that. But yeah, like I can't count off the top of my head. I've had about like 20 to 30 like performances. You know what I mean? So I've had quite a few to know like the do's and the don'ts and to know like what my weaknesses are. Some of my weaknesses comes down to preparation. So like it might not seem it, but I'm quite a shy person. So a lot of the time there's that having to overcome. A lot of people talk about stage fright. It's a real thing. Like I was talking to one of my friends the other day. Like there's times where man's been up on stage and I feel my knees shaking. My knees shaking like, bro, I'm a big man. Why is my knees shaking? Like I put this only in the movies, and this wasn't even my first thing. Like my knee has shaken, like or my voice like trembles or something like that. Like or I lose my voice. I've lost my voice like while performing. It's just like I weren't shouting before, so like all these spiritual attacks. But nah, like there was one. I won't forget it. I think it was near Tottenham area. Came down from uni now. Fam. You know when you come down from uni, it's not a quick journey. Came down from uni, did it. Forgot my lines. See when Davido was in Tim Westwood thingy, and the TV crib sessions, whatever it's called. I was there like, bro, I left the stage and like I felt shivers, but I felt heat as well. Like, listen, I've had a few of those times to know that yo, bro, like if you respect the art and if you respect what you're doing and if you respect yourself, you won't be doing this. Like, and if you respect other people that are coming to watch, you won't be doing this. So for me, I learned that one thing that I do well is when I prepare well, I do well. So, for instance, my first ever show, I think one thing I did well was the performance was January 17th, 2017. In December, I started learning my lines off head, like 1 or 2 times, and then like the first 2 weeks when I come back to uni. Now when me and my friends were doing a session 1 or 2 a week, and then the next week coming up to it, we'll do like a session like almost every day. That's probably the best preparation I've done. One of the best preparations I've done, and it paid off. So that's something that I've learned. Another thing for me is just know it's hard sometimes. One thing I've learned that's hard is you don't really know what a crowd's gonna be like up until you get there. You know what I mean? So like you can plan to do this, you can plan to do that, you can plan to do X, Y, Z, but it's like if you only really know what you're gonna do up until you get on stage and you see the people looking at you and they're just like, so what are you here for? There's been other poets, other spoken word artists, other people who come up on stage. What makes you different? Kind of thing. I'm sure they're not thinking that, but like, yo, imagine if they are. And so it's like learning how to control the crowd and learning how to adapt what you've prepared for a suitable crowd is so important. Like Sometimes I do engagements with people, get them to do little activities before I get into it, or try and do pieces that are engaging, that gets them to you know, kind of join in, like, yo, because one of the hardest things is planning so much by the book, but we know that life doesn't always go how we planned in it. So that's something I've learned that is really important to be able to do and control. Uh, what else? One thing I'm also trying to learn how to do is flow through pieces smoothly, like not talk too much or explain myself, but being able to just articulate myself, whether it has a little bit of rap, a little bit of poetry, a little bit of singing, a little bit of singing, whatever it is. It's like just making sure it flows, like the whole set flows in it. Because like, let's say we've got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever. It's like that kind of goes quick when you're up there. So talking too much, you want to talk to them, you want to engage them, and make sure like it's a vibey thing, because you guys know I'm a vibey guy, innit? But you also don't want to waffle for too long, innit? You want to be able to know how to use that 15 minutes properly, because you don't want to be selfish, because other people are trying to do their thing. Time's going fast spent, especially if time's going fast spent, you haven't even been on stage yet. So it's like, now you kind of gotta rush your set and do your thing, just to help the organisers, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. I would say, what would I say I've kind of enjoyed the most? I want to name a few things. This is just from the top of my head. So networking, meeting other poets, other rappers, musicians. That's been one of the best things ever. I've met quite a few musicians, rappers, poets, spoken word artists, and seeing them do what they do and how good they are kind of like encourages me to just remember that. I've even worked with some, but encouraging, and I'll share that soon. But it encourages me to like just keep on going, you know. So there's that. And it encourages me to like, it's kind of like, I don't want to say, it's like competitiveness for me. It's like, yo, you're good, bang, I want to be good too, like, do you know what I mean? So shout out them lot, them guys. If I met you, you're a poet, rapper, whatever, just know I know you're dope. You keep on doing what you're doing. What else? Being able to travel. So when I traveled to Birmingham, though I paid, like, I spent like 2-3 days there. So I went before the one day before the actual gig, stayed the day of the gig, then left the day after. So I spent like 2 days and a half or so. But the hotel where I stayed, though I paid for it, I just like, it was a nice getaway, and like, I've never really chilled in Birmingham like that. I went on one time, but I didn't really get to do much exploring. So, like, I was in some nice hotel, nice view by myself, being able to just cool off, chill out, and do whatever I wanted to do. And then the show was good. Birmingham was just a sick place, man. And the people I met there as well, amazing. What's another one? Oh, I won't even cap. So, as you guys know, I just said I started off with poetry. Right? I bought my Mac, so I use a Mac, didn't I? I bought my Mac, my laptop, like 2016. Wanted to go to uni with a new laptop, but I also know I wanted something I can be creative on. One of the first beats I made, stupid. Like, how would I know? It was just like, that weren't it at all. And I knew it weren't it as all. But I was just trying to start my creativity, like, because for me, someone who started off with poetry, who's not even confident yet to claim to everybody he's a poet, it's like producers, getting up producers and that, like, not knowing how that works, not knowing, okay, how much it costs and whether I can fully fulfill what I'm trying to fulfill on a track here. There's been times I've worked with people and they're like, no, it's not it. And like, I can't lie, they have every right to. Like, cool. And so it's just like, for me, I've had to learn how to produce myself. Like, if you listen to the Fader Society, my EPs on Spotify, I made an EP by myself. I mixed it, mastered it, produced it. I made it. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere. Go check it out, please. Please, edge up, please. But yeah, Freedom Fighter, I made that, and so it's like learning how to produce as well as being a poet. It's very hard. Learning how to mix and master, I'm still learning that. It's very hard, and but it's helping me become. Sorry, guys. It's helping me become more musically orientated, and is helping me understand how things are put together, and it's just pushing me more deeper into the art. So yeah, I think that's another thing I would love about it. I feel like I'm very sufficient and very sustainable in terms of my gift, my talent. I feel really talented. I can't lie. And so being able to explore that in ways of poetry, rap, music, songwriting, producing, it's been amazing. And yeah, it's just been an amazing journey. What's my aim? Cool. Can't lie. Don't want to say too much. Obviously, we don't know what bad eyes out there. Obviously, even spits really in Jesus' name. But no, like, can't lie. I want to take it on a wider scale, and I know like that's something God has set aside for me. I want to take it. I want to take it as far as possible, and I know it's not like he's stretching it, bro. Like, whew, telling me something's coming, innit? We've got loads of things coming, and I just want you guys, I want to take you on this journey with me. So it's like you guys saw that, like every step of the way and what he was doing and how he was feeling when he was doing this, and like, yeah, just to encourage anyone else who's doing what I'm doing or anything else. There's a process to a lot of things, to almost everything, in life. Yeah, there's a process. So I'm trying to show you the process just to help you get through yours, innit? So my aim is just to be bigger, better, and to not just be bigger and better, but to spread the messages that I have and I talk about in my writing, in my content, in my music, my poetry, and share that with you guys. So obviously, the bigger, the wider scale, the more people that get to listen to it and that get to receive that message, because I really feel like the world needs it. So boom, that's what I want to do. What's my next steps? I think my next steps is one thing I really did that I felt was really helping me online and social media. I had a social presence around about 2016, 2017. So this is when I was putting out stuff on Twitter. I use Twitter more than Instagram because I just love Twitter. You can write, I'm a writer. But yeah, I was putting videos out, and they were like doing kind of well relatively, and I stopped because I felt like the next stage for me was going from that to releasing. So I put something, or like 2 things on that SoundCloud, and went from that to digitally into like Spotify and everywhere. But I thought like that shouldn't have been something to cut out. So for me, that's going to be the next steps, going back to those integral parts and just making sure that, yeah, like I am current, I am still working, I'm still doing what I'm doing, and that you guys get to see that as well, because I write almost every day, and almost every day I'm telling my man them, like I'm telling my friends, like, yo, man's sick, I think I'm the coldest. My Twitter, yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, just go down my page, or just like, I'm the hardest writer ever. Every day I'm saying I'm sick, and it's because like I'm writing something, and it's just like, wow, now you up the bar. A couple of days later, wow, you up the bar, wow, I didn't really have that. Wow, that's scared. Hold on. Sorry, what was I saying? But yeah, man, like, next steps. Yeah, getting back to that part and just making sure that, yeah, I'm able to just jump back on social media. So it's really hard for me because like naturally I just want to be away, but now it's like, okay, cool, you need to learn how to balance doing what you're doing. So yeah, man. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about my arts and what I do and what I'm passionate about and share that with you, since I always say I will. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you stay tuned into my journey and just tag along. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, man, I just really want to appreciate you guys for all the love and support so far. There's more to come, so you guys might get tickets to free shows one day. So just continue supporting the boy. Love you, man. It's been me, you, us, you two.